Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. What a great start to the week. All of our indexes were up. Fear and anxiety was down. We saw the VIX index go down by 13% today. Oil's still hovering a little high for my taste at about 101, but it didn't matter. Capital rotated back into tech today, and it was amazing to see the performances for all the companies we love on this channel. And if you had a chance this morning to watch Jensen Huang's keynote speech at Nvidia GTC, you couldn't walk away from that speech and not be impressed about what Nvidia represents right now in the marketplace and the innovation that they want to bring forward, not only this year, but in the years to come. And earlier this morning, I was just thinking that if an investor only picked Nvidia, it could be a great choice, but they'd be missing so many great companies right now in the marketplace. So many companies that get often overlooked, but are meeting the demand or helping us meet the demand of AI and the AI infrastructure build out. So I decided to invest $10,000 in a full AI infrastructure stack. I'm talking about companies that represent compute, memory, networking, optical links, and even the power and cooling systems that keep these massive AI clusters running. In this video today, I'm going to break down each and every one of the companies I chose in this portfolio and why I chose them. We'll talk about why we think this portfolio will perform not only this year, but perform in the years ahead. And then I'm going to give you an update on my next video that I'm going to drop tomorrow, which will be a build off of this video today. So let's get started. If you haven't done it already, hit like and subscribe. Let's start off by talking about what I mean by the stack. Guys, this is the one that from what I'm looking at or what I was looking at when I made my investments. I wanted at least one company in every one of these layers. You could see at the top was the compute layer. Below that was memory. Then we had networking, interconnect, and an optical layer. And then finally, the data center infrastructure layer below, the picks and the shovels. You can see that this portfolio that I chose covers every single layer of AI infrastructure, including companies that are often overlooked but represent a real bottleneck right now in the AI build out and could represent massive gains for the portfolio overall. I'll be tracking this portfolio over time, giving this channel updates every single month. We'll look at the stocks that perform, the ones that lag, and we'll discuss the reasons why. So let's jump in and take a look at the portfolio itself. Guys, you can see on your screen, this is the choices that I made, $10,000 investment, as I mentioned. And let's start at the top of the stack, the compute level. Obviously, we had to go with Nvidia. Nvidia is the undisputed king of AI compute. I made an $1,800 investment in Nvidia. It's 18% of the portfolio. Nvidia powers almost every AI model in the world. Their CUDA ecosystem, massive data center adoption, and Nvidia's dominance in training large language models make this a core holding in the portfolio. Plus, today, when they unveiled Vera Rubin and the introduction of NemoClaw, it positions Nvidia as the provider of the operating system for AI agents moving forward. It's the king. It's the undisputed king, as I mentioned, and it stays in it had to be in the portfolio as a foundational layer. I made a second choice in the compute layer as well, and it's AMD. AMD is the third on the screen there. It's a $1,200 investment, 12% of the portfolio overall. Guys, honestly, I needed to have a plan B or a hedge against Nvidia. Just like many hyperscalers like Microsoft and Meta, they use AMD as their plan B so they don't have total reliance on one vendor. That's what I did in this portfolio as well. AMD has emerged as a primary full stack alternative to Nvidia, specifically with their MI350 and MI400 series GPUs. They have massive HBM4 memory capacity, which makes them a favorite for large-scale inference. They were a great addition, second choice into the portfolio. If we move down into the next layer, the memory layer, you probably could have guessed what I would have picked. Micron is my choice there, $1,200 investment, 12% of the portfolio for a couple of reasons. One, Micron, in my opinion, is the most diversified memory company that we have, cutting across DRAM, NAND, and other parts of memory, advanced memory as well. So Micron provides the high performance fuel for AI in the form of high bandwidth memories, particularly HBM4. And guys, I'm going to share an article with you as soon as I'm done looking at these portfolio choices that's going to answer a question we've talked about on this channel. So make sure you stay and watch and listen for that article as well. It's going to give you a lot of confidence as a Micron investor. But Micron, one other quick thing I love about them is, we know that AI models are growing faster than chip speeds. Micron provides not only the 12-layer, but a 16-layer HBM stack that is proven to be the only way to feed these data-hungry GPUs without starving them. So they were a great choice, only choice in the memory layer overall. If we move down to the network layer, I have two choices there. I have Broadcom and Arista Networks. Broadcom was a $1,500 investment, 15% of the portfolio overall. Broadcom, as you know, it designs custom networking solutions or silicon that connects thousands of GPUs in a hyperscale AI clusters. Without Broadcom's chips, GPUs couldn't communicate effectively. It makes them an essential infrastructure play and an essential player for this portfolio. Plus, Broadcom is the designer or the architect of custom AI chips, and they work with big hyperscalers like Google and Meta and others. The next player would be Arista Networks with a $1,200 investment. Arista is ANET right in the middle of the screen. You can see there, Arista is the leader in Ethernet-based AI networking. They provide the back-end fabric that connects and competes, with Nvidia's proprietary InfiniBand. Arista makes it possible for 100,000 GPUs to connect in a single supercluster using their own standards. Super easy for cloud providers. It's a great choice overall. Now let's move down one other level. We'll look at the interconnect and the optical level. I had two companies here, the top two on the board. So Applied Optoelectronics and Astera Labs, both with a $900 investment. So a bit of a smaller investment here. But guys, this layer does represent a major infrastructure bottleneck and could have potential growth in the years ahead as we build out more in AI. So Astera Labs provides chip-to-chip connectivity inside servers. So they essentially allow GPUs, CPUs, and memory to exchange data at maximum speeds. So they specialize in retimers, smart fabric switches like their Scorpio line that helps boost signals. So think of Astera Labs as a signal booster on their motherboard that ensures data doesn't degrade as it travels across the CPU, GPU, and memory. And then finally was Applied Optoelectronics, smaller investment, 900. This is probably a more high risk, high reward company overall. They are a pure play in the 1.6 terabyte optical transceiver market, and they create lasers and modules that turn electric data into light. So data centers, as you know, are moving towards silicon photonics. And Applied Optoelectronics has the ability to manufacture these high-speed optical plugs here in the US, in Texas. It makes them a vital link in the supply chain overall. And then the last choice I had for the bottom layer, the data center infrastructure play out, was Vertiv Holdings. There's a lot of choices I could pick here between a lot of different companies. I went with Vertiv because we know it's essential to keep these chips cool. We know chips run hot. They can melt traditional servers. Vertiv is the liquid cooling king. In addition to that, Vertiv is now a SIM-ready partner for NVIDIA's Vera Rubin platform. So you're not just buying a cooling company within Vertiv Holdings, you're buying a critical partner of the NVIDIA ecosystem, which has a $15 billion backlog right now. So strategic company, great choice for the portfolio overall. So that's my choices for this $10,000 portfolio. You can see there's another one on the board, SNDU. I actually meant to do 1,300 in Vertiv's holding, and I made a mistake and did 1,200. So I had another $100 left over. I could have bought more Vertiv, but I decided to do a fun play. There's a new ETF that was launched earlier this month. It is a pure SanDisk ETF. So I got a few shares of that as well, 3.5 shares of that. If you're looking to get in some SanDisk action, we know that their shares are up over $700 a share now. You can get fractional shares here. It could be a fun way for you to jump in and get some of the SanDisk play. SNDU, check it out. It's a new ETF that was just launched. All right, guys, let's take a quick look at just performance across the board of how these stocks performed today. I'll start with the top, just like I did. So Nvidia, 1.63% growth. Flat in the after hours, down 40 cents in the after hours right now. But Nvidia, as I said, it's the undisputed king. There's so many cool things they're going to do moving forward. This is still, to me, a great buy at this level. I think the average price estimate is probably $260, $270 a share for Nvidia. AMD was up 1.65% today, a $3 gain, doing another 23 cents in the after hours as well. Move down to the memory market. We know all of our memory players had a strong day today. Micron with about almost a $16 gain, almost a call it 3.7% increase, performing better in the after hours as well. Another $6 gain heading into their earnings on Wednesday. Really looking strong right now. Move down to the next level, which would be Broadcom. Broadcom was up just under 1% today, 0.86, about $2.76. Down a 0.10% in the after hours right now. And then if we look at Arista Networks, up over 1.3%, just under $2 gain today, closed at 135.35 overall. Jump over to our next layer, which would be that interconnect optical layer. So we'll start with Astera Labs. Astera Labs was up 6% on the day, probably the biggest grower in the portfolio today, over $7 gain, and another, we'll call this 58 cents. It is 58 cents in the after hours. And then Applied Optoelectronics was down today. It was the one stock that was down in the portfolio today, down by 2.83%. It's down a bit in the after hours as well. As I mentioned, for me, this was a high risk, high reward. It's a local company here. I think it has an outstanding opportunity to meet demand in the marketplace. They locked up some major orders. They have an aggressive, you can see down here, an aggressive revenue target of forecasting for $1 billion in revenue this year. So very ambitious. The lower price point could be a great opportunity for you if you want to jump into that silicon photonics as well. We know Lumentum and Coherent are much higher at a individual share price. So those how they performed overall. I want to jump over and just talk about the thing that I mentioned, the press release on Micron. I think answers the questions that we've been talking about this channel with HBM4. A lot of rumors that Micron was going to be locked out of the Vera Rubin platform, that their HBM4 product wasn't meeting the pin test speeds that was necessary. I think all those rumors can be put to bed now. The company released this press release ahead of their earnings and essentially confirming to the market that they are in high volume production of HBM4, specifically designed for Vera Rubin and designed for other areas as well. And you can see down here in the first bullet point that they have met achieved that they've met the requirements for Vera Rubin. So they're achieving 2.8 terabytes per second, greater than that, and with a 20% better power efficiency than their HBM3E. You can see it down here. The Micron has begun volume shipment of the HBM4 in the first quarter of this year, a full quarter ahead of what they expected. It's designed for NVIDIA's Vera Rubin. It's achieving the 11 gigabits per second pin speed, enabling the bandwidth of 2.8 terabytes per second, representing 2.3 times bandwidth and greater than 20% power efficiency improvement over their HBM3E. That's an amazing outcome for Micron overall. It is great to see because we know we've heard concerns. We maybe have felt some concerns ourselves. So that is some validating moment. That's why I think we're seeing the stock move in the after hours, why I think we'll see a strong start to the market tomorrow as well. It's going to be a great run into the earnings. We know Micron's going to blow out their earnings as well. So let's hope there's not weak hands out there. I think there will be some profit taking, but I think it'll be bought right back up because what this company represents and the demand that's in the marketplace. So let's jump back and just talk about the portfolio overall. Guys, I think as you could see, that portfolio represents everything across, every layer across the AI infrastructure build out. And why I feel like this portfolio will perform is because every layer on that pyramid that I showed you, is essential to AI scaling. You can't train or deploy massive models without compute, memory, networking, interconnect, optical links, and power. AI adoption is accelerating across cloud providers, enterprise, and startups. The demand for data center infrastructure is booming. These stocks that I've picked target structural bottlenecks in AI. They're not just hype. Investors in the market are now starting to realize that these are real growth drivers in the marketplace. The portfolio that I selected is diversified across the entire AI stack, but each stock also represents a high growth potential within its own individual layer. I'll be tracking this stock every single month, and I'll provide an update to this channel. So you'll see firsthand with me which layer is performing the best, which layer is lagging. Each stock tells a story about what is happening in the AI ecosystem. So if you want to follow this portfolio journey and you want to see which AI stocks actually win the AI race, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification buttons so you can see my next video that drops. So in my next episode tomorrow, I'm going to focus on the AI networking bottleneck, because I mentioned that is often an overlooked bottleneck in the infrastructure build out right now. We'll be looking at companies like Broadcom, Arista, and Applied Optoelectronics, and why these companies could be the real win as AI clusters scale to hundreds of thousands of GPUs. So let me ask you this question in closing, guys. Which layer of the pyramid are you most bullish on? Is it memory? Is it cooling? Is it going to be in the optical network side? Are you sticking with the GPU kings up top? Let me know your thoughts below. Drop them in the comments. Love to hear them. Good to see you guys. Hope you have a great night. Take care.